Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've done a video, mainly because I've been doing a couple of live streams and been focusing on just the students that I teach. But it has come to my attention that there are some of you who have not seen or been given a copy of the exam mark scheme to know what is expected for each question and what you should be aiming for in order to get full marks. So this video is going to be part 1 of what the mark scheme is expecting, and we're looking at English Language Paper 1 Section A. This is the AQA exam board. So yeah.
That's what they call me. I promise that you never be lonely.
Recap of what is actually in the paper. So Language Paper 1 Section A, you're given an extract from a 20th century fictional text. Occasionally they'll do late 19th century, but it's mostly early or mid 20th century novels. And you will be asked a series of questions in which you read, analyze, understand, and explain the text in various parts. So as you know, there are 4 questions, and those 4 questions are worth 40 marks in total together, which is 50% of the entire paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the number of marks and what AO each question wants from you, plus going over all of the actual assessment objectives, just so you remember them. So section A looks at AO1, AO2, AO3 and AO4, and with that you will have it divided into the 4 questions. Some questions will need more than one assessment objective, whereas others only need a single assessment objective. But I will be going down each question and each assessment objective and what is needed and the number of marks available. So let's start. So question 1 is worth 4 marks, and it is exclusively assessing AO1. So to interpret implicit and explicit information from the text. It's where you're given a specific section to read, and you are to make 4 points about what is being said in that section to show that you can read, understand, and find the information needed. AO1 is pretty simple, it's probably the easiest of them, and so is question 1, which is why it's only 4 marks. 2 is worth 8 marks, and that is for AO2, to explain, understand, and analyze how writers use language to create a specific effect. So they are looking to see if you can understand why a writer would use a specific effect for the reader, and being able to analyze its effect as well. So being able to say he uses a metaphor is only half of it. We need to explain what the metaphor does and why they would use it, and is it effective. So question 3 is worth only 8 marks as well. However, it's asking you to look at the structure of the text. It also wants you to look at AO2, but it wants you to focus on how the writer has structured the text, so how it's done its paragraphs, its sentencing, any dialogue involved, because there's a reason why the writer has done everything that they've done. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, in that you don't need to talk about language features as much, but you do need to discuss the structure. So question 4 is worth 20 marks. It's worth the same number of marks as 1, 2 and 3 combined, so 8, 8 and 4. And it's also 25% of the full text exam. What you need to do for question 4 is AO4. So AO4 wants you to evaluate critically text and support it with relevant quotations. So AO4 allows you to go into a full paragraph where you analyze the what and the why and the where of language features used, but because it's worth 20 marks, they are expecting you to have a bit of a more in-depth analysis and to be a bit more critical. So when I say they want you to be critical, they want you to explain how the language feature, the word or phrase, or the structure affects the understanding, enjoyment, or overall mood of the reader. Now, it might seem like a bit of a weird and complex thing to do, but what you have to remember is you are the reader. As long as you can say it made you feel a certain way and explain why and how, then you are correct. That is why question 4 is a little bit more advanced than the others and probably worth so much more marks, but it is definitely doable and you can do it, and I've seen people do fantastically well on it, so don't worry. Now, those of you who are actually paying attention, you may have noticed that I didn't say AO3. AO3 is not used in section A for paper 1, but it will be in section A for paper 2 because it's where you compare writers. As paper 1 only has one extract, there's no way for you to compare. So that is why it was not mentioned in this one, but it's still something that you need to know about. But well done if you did notice. Boo if you didn't. Now, if you want a full list of each assessment objective, what they are, and just so you can remember it, you can very easily go onto the AQA website and have a look, and you'll be able to find it. I will post a link as well underneath the video, just so it'll be easy for you to click on and find. But I do recommend that you at least print off the single page where it explains each assessment objective, just so you have it with you constantly and it's in your mind to know this is what I'm being assessed, this is what I need to do. It does come in useful, and it's also very good for you to see it before you go into exams. So hopefully this video will give you a brief understanding of what each assessment objective wants from you and how it correlates to each question in the exam paper. I will be doing a few more videos where I look at section B for paper 1 as well as paper 2, and I will be looking at showing you the literature ones as well, just so you can know. There are slight differences with language and literature, but it's nothing that will affect you too much and it's not hard for you to remember. And on that note, if you've made it to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Oh, and my social medias. Don't forget to follow my social medias. The links are in the description box. And yeah,